Thanks y'all for tuning in. Sorry for us being late. We about to get into this topic though, man. So everybody know what's been going on. You know, for those of y'all that's been paying attention, watching the news about the Roe versus Wade getting overturned and all of that. And you know, I came up with I thought about this subject, and I was talking to my wife about it, and we was talking about it, and I was like, you know what, this would be a great topic to touch on, especially since I know everybody about to be talking about it, but everybody's point of view is going to be different. So, you know, what to do? What do you do when somebody tells you what to do with your body?
Right.
You know, at this point, it's really nothing that you can do because as I was logging on, I saw on Instagram that CVS and Walgreens and all of them are stopping the Plan B pill. And then so it was funny as I was getting on here. I had to laugh. I had to giggle like, dang, you can't even take a Plan B, like nothing. So it's nothing that we can do. It's. I mean, unless we're gonna have to just keep fighting, you know, try to do what we can do because there's no clinic that's gonna do it for you. You can't do the Plan B. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place at this point. They're definitely telling you what to do with your body. They're definitely telling you what you can and cannot do. They're definitely making it which is so messed up, where people have been, you know, a victim of incest or rape, and now they're forced to have these kids. They're forced that, like, this is so. Or just some people don't even want to be a parent, even though they, have slip ups. They just don't want to do it, and it's okay. They don't want to do it. Let them make the choice to have a child or not, because you make a choice to put somebody on death row for whatever you feel like you want to do. And so it's the same thing to me.
Right. Yeah, I personally feel like, should nobody be getting told what to do, and I honestly believe that, like you said, rape victims, and it's not even just about rape victims at this point. It's just about things just happening. Everybody slips up. Everybody get lost in the moment and don't be prepared for that outcome. Yeah, you could easily say, "Oh, you should have strapped up," or you should have been on birth control. But what if somebody forgot to take their pills? Everybody not good with taking pills. Some dudes can't wear condoms. Some dudes are legitimately allergic to condoms.
Allergic to latex.
Yeah,
women too.
Exactly. And then to top that off, you can easily go out and get a vasectomy, but those have side effects as well, to where something might not work right after you get snipped. Right. So it's really unfair to have such a thing like this happen, especially right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know what every state that this is happening in, but like, what is it like right now in Georgia? What they talking about out there?
I really haven't even been watching the news, or haven't even gotten a hold of anything yet this week because I've been busy. But I do plan on catching up. I'll try to listen to the radio when I go to work sometimes, but this week I've just been super, super busy, so I haven't even been caught up. But I really, really need to get caught up so I can know what's going on. Like I said, I didn't even know that they were taking the Plan B pills out of the stores. I'm like, really? Like, damn, you can't even do that? Like,
they moved. Once that went in immediately. Like, that was immediately. Once that was overturned, it was a wrap. In my opinion on this whole situation, I think this is all sort of fucking ridiculous.
It is.
The fact that you just taking away rights just proves to point where black people in period have been coming from since day one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's more things to come that they're gonna take. They're gonna take more of our rights away. This is just the start. So women got firsthand on what the situation is. So now, what's gonna be the side effect of this? Oh,
right.
Gonna be a lot of babies being born, popping up at police stations and hospitals and just around the neighborhood. You can best believe that shit.
Trash cans, all this,
and I pray not trash cans, but that's possible.
Yeah,
because you're gonna have some girls gonna be because some girls gonna be scared. You're young, They don't know. They panic. They don't know what to do. So bam, they had this baby. It's in the trash. Then what? It's gonna be a lot of that. It's gonna be a lot of horrible things from this. And I strongly believe that the government dropped the ball.
Yeah.
And if this is a situation where, we dealing with women, let it be women that choose this.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Don't let it be us men, some old crinkly old white dude, black dudes up there in the Senate up there making this decision for ladies.
Right.
And then I'm telling you, there's so many onions to peel from this layer. Because now you got dads who don't want to be dads. There's got to be dads now.
Exactly.
Right.
Now what about that? There's going to be more problems.
And it's bad enough that people been out here killing babies already.
Yeah. Man, come on, dog. Nah. This shit is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah,
it's really messed up and it's really sad. And like you said, love, they definitely gonna take. Now you know, so that's gone. Black people ain't gonna be able to vote in a minute. Like it's gonna be so much shit. Like the world is just they're trying to revert back to slavery, and I really see that shit is gonna be fucked about because we're not going back to slavery.
But it ain't gonna be for just us though. It's gonna be slavery for everybody.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is we're not about to let that happen. So it's about to be a mess out here in this world. Like this world is about to be fucked up.
Everybody keep continuously volunteering their rights away, signing their rights away. Vaccine. Now this. Yeah. Keep on voting and shouting and giving your rights away. Keep on. And they're gonna keep taking away more shit.
Yep.
And if you don't educate yourself, that's the thing. Like when we niggas. And when I say niggas, I don't mean black people. I'm talking about the ignorant people. This is what I mean by niggas. This is why, because Richard say I'm racist because I say niggas. But I don't mean black people in general. I'm just saying the people that's ignorant. Like, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even educate yourself on stuff. Y'all let somebody fucking body tell you something and you go believe the shit and not do the research yourself. Oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not saying I'm not doing I'm not voting because my vote don't count. It does. You know what I'm saying? Just do your fucking homework. Live for yourself. Stop listening to what the next motherfucker tell you and then follow what the fuck they telling you to do. Like, don't do that. Exactly. You need to follow your own. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that I do stand on is I know God gonna have me, so I'm good. I'm definitely gonna be good. I'm definitely gonna be good.
Oh,
yeah. And it's really sad though that this is what it's come to, man. It seems like ever since COVID, it's been the trickle down effect of just straight fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
But man,
definitely.
I feel bad for everybody have to go through this, especially women. Like it's some women out here that struggle having kids. Like it's people out here that want to have kids and really can't have kids. So while y'all put this in place, what should have been happening is from this point on, if you don't want to have any kids, here's an option. Go to somebody that you feel like is going to be a suitable parent to the kid that you don't want. Do that. Like instead of just saying, "Oh, abortion is bad," Plan B pills is out of here too. Instead of doing that, how about you set up an alternate route for the people that do have kids and choose not to have them?
Right. Because the thing is, you forcing me to have a kid. So now you telling me I got to take care of this kid. You think I want to take care of this kid? I mean, if I don't want to, no, I'm not. So now this kid gonna be mistreated. Now this child gonna be abused. I mean, I'm not saying it's everybody, but I mean, come on.
Well, you got the option to put it up for adoption. So
I got that.
That's the plan in play.
I got that, but then some people just gonna keep them just because they don't just keep them because why not? Just fuck it. And then when they keep them, they don't realize that they really did not want kids. And this is being forced upon them. And then this child is gonna be abused. And I'm not talking about like physically abused. I'm talking about emotionally abused. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And just not taken care of right. They're not gonna be taken care of. Them kids are gonna be raising themselves. It's gonna be fucked up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucked up.
But you mentioned something key too, and it's another key thing you missed about women not being able to have kids, et cetera, et cetera. There's women also out here getting pregnant and dying from having kids.
Yes.
So now, what if there's a situation where either the baby survives or the mother survives,
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I gotta die now. What
Right.
the fuck?
And you know what's
Well,
And it's like that ain't right. So now it's my life or this baby's life. And,
yep.
yeah.
and the way the world is set up now, right now, it's the baby's life. And you just
Yeah.
bye. You had your however many years and all right.
Now you done.
Like that, how the fuck
Well,
is that shit fair?
unless your doctor says that medically it's necessary to get an abortion, that's the only time you can get an abortion now. So your doctor has to say no. But how would they know that? Sometimes they don't even know that up front. They don't know that, that you shouldn't have kids. Like, it took me to literally have my third child, and they told me not to have my fourth one, right? It was like, listen, because when I had my third child, I literally was in the hospital for a month. They didn't know what was wrong with me. I had no infections. I had nothing wrong with me. I couldn't eat. When I left the hospital, I think I went to the hospital, I was like 180 pounds. When I left the hospital, I was like 102 pounds. Because I couldn't eat, I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't even breastfeed my baby. I couldn't do nothing. I barely could hold my child. I was having fevers, all type of stuff. So when I left, before I left, before they discharged, they come in there having a talk. They like, listen, we advise you to get like your tubes tied or something like that. We don't advise you to have a baby at all no more. But I prayed about it, and I wanted to have my last baby when I got married. Because my husband at the time, he didn't have any children. So I'm like, well, of course I'm gonna have a baby for my husband. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna pray about it. We're gonna make sure that I feel secure. I talked to God. And he told me I'm good. So I had my last baby, but I did end up getting my tubes tied after him. But that could have been a tragedy for me. But I went on ahead and did anyway. But so the doctors can tell you that you can continue to have kids, and then then you go get pregnant, and then you have a baby, and then you die, because other things happen. It ain't just so they talking about doctors tell you not, doctor says deemed medically necessary for you to get this abortion, but doctors can't predict. They told me I was gonna die if I had another baby. I had one. Thank God I didn't die, but it's in God's hands. So you don't know if this person actually can have a baby. They can go into cardiac arrest having a baby and be having no heart problems or have nothing wrong with them. So who's to say that?
Right.
It's just
it's a cluster. It's straight up fucking clusterfuck, man. I feel very bad for the women of today's time because like damn dog, like it's bad enough women don't get equal, pay and everything else, and as far as work goes, they don't get that same credibilities, even though they have the same credentials or the equal amount of credentials.
Right.
But man, it's fucked up, dog. And I feel like I don't know what as men we can do, but I am here to support, and I am here for women's rights, and that situation I think is fucked up.
Yeah.
Because you got a family member or a stranger, anybody, one of these girls out here, they get raped. You mean to tell me they got to keep this kid? They got to go this 9 months.
Yeah, that's trash.
Like, come on, dog.
That ain't right.
Just to save life that ain't even a life yet.
Exactly.
Right. But not say the lives that's already here, because like you said, the lady could die. So don't care about this lady. We don't care about her. Just go ahead and die, and we don't keep the baby. But what if the lady died and then the baby died?
Exactly. Then what?
Then you double fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Sadia in the comments said most Catholic churches don't even perform abortions. You're absolutely right, because they don't believe in it.
They don't believe in that, and Catholic church, that's a whole different monster.
Exactly.
That's a whole different ball game.
And
they don't perform abortions, nor do they perform tubal ligations. I was lucky to get my tubes tied. The reason why I was lucky is because of all the stuff that I had, because I had my kids at a Catholic hospital. All of them. They was born at the same hospital, and I was lucky to get a tubal ligation because of all the medical issues I was having with all my children. So yeah, it takes you gotta jump through hoops for Catholic churches. Catholic hospitals to do certain things.
Yeah. Are y'all ready to let some people in?
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and let some folks in, y'all. Look, let's get 2 to 3 minutes. Get to the point.
Yeah.
All right. Been here long-winded.
About to get Reese up in here.
I know, cuz.
Hey.
What's going on, Reese? Can you hear us?
We can't hear you.
Can't hear you, cuz.
Can't
You
hear you,
muted.
cuz. Turn your volume up.
Uh-oh.
We can't hear you.
Still can't hear
At
you.
all.
You got a Bluetooth on or something? You probably got some Bluetooth on.
Right. And then
Turn your
realize she
Bluetooth
got it
on.
on.
She'll come back on.
Yeah, we'll get you back on, cuz.
Word of Creed said they need to stop using religion to back up laws. That's true.
That is so true.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, we got to keep the religion out of it. Not everybody believes in the same religion.
Right.
I do get it. I understand being a spiritual man. You know, it's a difference.
Did you read that comment?
Let me see what we got. Says the reason the Supreme Court passed this law is because 60% of white women are aborting babies, and they're becoming the minority. Well, they're already becoming the minority because they messing with black men. So yeah, you know what? My homeboy Dewan, what up, though? You're definitely.
We still can't hear her.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you definitely right, Slick. You are right on point with that. And not only that, are they aborting babies? A lot of white women aren't able to carry too as well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of white women aren't producing.
Right.
So they gotta do something to kind of like, you know, like that congresswoman said at the Trump rally. This decision saved white lives. It was the best day for white lives. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Wow. Say that out loud.
Out loud.
Yeah.
What's going on, Sloan?
What's
Hey.
Sloan? What's up, cuz?
Hey.
How you doing?
I am doing wonderful.
That's what's up.
So, you know, I'm very opinionated.
Mm-hmm.
So,
the show is about.
I just want to start off by saying that, again, they need to stop using religion to back up laws, because last time I checked, we had a right to religion, free religion here in America. So why keep using one God to back up these laws? That's one. Two, it's thousands of kids. They always want to say, oh, adoption. It's thousands of kids in the foster care system not being taken care of, not being adopted.
Yeah.
Why they can't, if children's lives are so important, why they can't adopt the kids that's already in there?
Right.
Why you can't do that? Then CPS is barely doing their jobs. Okay, they're what kids are they out here protecting? I'm trying to figure that out. And then what kills me, you're gonna force these women to have these babies that they probably can't afford to take care of. Then when they can't afford to take care of their kids, you're going to take the kids from them to give them to a foster parent and then pay the foster parent to take care of those same kids. So why couldn't you give that money to the parents so they could take care of their kids?
Oh my God.
Common sense ain't
Common sense.
Why couldn't they do that to begin with?
You beat me to the fucking punch.
Yeah.
Common sense.
Like it doesn't make sense to me. And then as somebody who had a high risk pregnancy, like, you know, it's not easy for everybody. Like, you know, I went through what I went through, and it was a lot. Like, I was scared throughout my entire pregnancy because I knew at any given point, anything could have went wrong.
Right.
Anything could have went wrong. And, you know, I'm young, so I'm not gonna lie, when I first, you know, seen them 2 lines on that stick, okay, I was sitting there thinking, like, you know, I just, you know, I'm young. I'm not in a good position right now. My life is not that stable. My situation is not that stable. You know, I was thinking, you know, abortion was one of my options, like right then and there in that moment.
Right.
Granted, yes, I decided to, you know, keep my pregnancy, and now I have a happy and healthy son. Like, you know, but every story is not going to end like that.
Too.
Yeah.
Every story is not going to end like that, though. Like,
right.
Every story, like, is not going to end like that. And I just feel like it is so messed up to just take that right away from women, especially, like, you know, who the women that if they literally go through childbirth, they're going to die. Like, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They no longer have the luxury of, you know, having another option to fall up under. They don't have another safe haven anymore. And it's just, It just blows me. It really does. And then you putting husbands in tough positions because, they know if their wife have this baby, she gonna die.
Right.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's not even, it's families that y'all are putting in very harsh and sensitive predicaments.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
right about that.
Definitely not fair.
Yeah,
For sure.
we appreciate you coming on for real,
Thank you,
Sloan.
Sloan.
Thank you for your take.
You was spitting
No
bars.
problem.
Definitely.
Yep, for sure.
Hey, Shahina said something real dope. She said, "Man, most parents choose to terminate in the event something is wrong with their baby.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now parents will be
Hear
forced
you.
to keep this baby to endure all the struggles."
Oh,
So man, that right there is something to even put in. I ain't even think about put
Yeah.
that in the jar.
me either.
Wow,
Right.
spitting bars on that, man.
Salute to the wife.
How y'all
So,
doing?
What's going on, Reese?
what's up, cuz? You
Tell
finally
y'all
got stuff in order? Oh, what?
how hurt and upset I have been since then. I have meditated on it. I've had several conversations about this, and my man showed me a post that one of his Facebook people put up, and he said Roy versus Wade overturned and had a heart on there. And a young lady responded to it. And she responded, and you can tell that she had some ill feelings about his post. And immediately I said, I'm not, he used the word mad. The young lady didn't say mad in what she wrote, but he was like, man, she's mad. I said, well, I don't think she didn't say mad, but I can see how you're looking at her words and say mad. I said, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that any man, any woman who is glorifying that this happened, because immediately I thought, if they can overturn this, what else can they overturn? Like, let's look at the bigger picture. If they're able to take this right away from a person, from a gender, if they're able to take this right away, as Nate said, what else are they gonna fucking take away from us? We're talking about then a senator post that we need to revisit the, and I might not be saying it right, so you guys correct me if I'm wrong, the one for the segregated schools, that law. He said we need to revisit that. I said, see,
Wow.
fuck this shit open. You see what door y'all just opened up?
Definitely.
If this law can be overturned, that means other laws can be overturned.
Exactly.
This law protected females to say that we have the right to do what we fucking feel like doing with our bodies without anybody giving us a you go girl, or anybody giving us, oh, you shouldn't fucking do that. It doesn't matter. We have a right to do what we wanted to do with our body. And the mere fact that you as a person can think that you can make a law to take that right away from me, who do you think you are? Since this law has now since they just did this, do you know how many states that exact same day had said that abortion is now done in their state? 27 states.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. Listen, cuz it was as soon as that law was signed and it went, it was a wrap. It went in effect right then in those states because they were already on board. They were already on board.
27 states had just immediately said abortion is not illegal in this state anymore. And I am just sitting back as a woman.
Somebody more too.
Yes, as a woman who had to make a very hard decision and have an abortion some years ago. I was stunned, one, that I was pregnant because I was menopausing. So I was stunned that I got pregnant. And I always wanted to have a boy. Always wanted to have a boy. Never wanted to be a mom, but fuck it, I didn't have two girls. I wanted the experience of being a boy mom. I hear that it's phenomenal. I wanted that experience. Then to find out that my child was going to be born pretty much missing limbs, half of a heart, and some other things, I had to make a very hard decision. My fiance at the time, who ended up being my second husband, not my ex-husband, he wasn't prepared to help me make that decision. I had to make it on my own and by myself.
Right.
And I made a hard decision to say, you know what? How cruel is that for me to have a baby come in this world that's going to be fucked up? That's cruel as hell to me. So I had to make a decision and say, you know what? One, I'm not the person who can take care of someone who is sick and in need. Has never been my role, and I know that. How am I gonna do this with a baby that's fucked up? It's no way possible. Let me just do this. Now you telling me that it's women out here now that no longer have a right to make that decision?
No, you ain't got that right no more.
How? And when I had this conversation with my man now, he was saying he's not happy that they made this ruling, but now fathers might get a better say so. And I got what he was trying to say, because there are a lot of women out here trapping men. There's a lot of women out here that are poking holes in condoms, who are doing fucked up ass shit to have these babies by these men that have something just so they can get some of that, right? It ain't got nothing to do with the kid. It's all about self. And I understand that women are out here like that. And I think that there should be some appendix in the law to say, hey, if you and I had a discussion prior to conception and you know, and I knew 100% you never wanted to be a father, I 100% don't believe that you should have to pay child support for that baby at all. I think that that's some fucked up ass shit. I think that there could have been some appendix done in this law instead of getting just throwing the whole entire law away.
Right.
To give men a say so, because you guys don't have a say so. And I don't think that that is fair. But at the end of the day, you can't tell me what to do with my body. And this ain't a baby. This is a seed. This is a goddamn seed. We ain't talking about a baby. We talking about a seed. Now, I am not against people who go get abortions at 6, 7 months. No, that's a motherfucking baby. Give fuck what you talking about now. Unless something wrong, that's a baby. You decided to go along all this route, nigga, now you got to see it through. Okay?
Yes.
So, I think that there are layers to what they could have done. And instead of thinking about any of those layers, these motherfuckers that sit on this goddamn court just decide to say, fuck all y'all, we out of here. And now I'm going, so now is women's pay, are our equal pay gonna go away? As me, I know I don't look at me as a black person, but unfortunately I know the world look at my skin tone and say I'm black. So now am I gonna still be protected in the skin that I'm in? I am literally afraid and hurt that any person thinks that they have a right to make a judgment on someone else's body. And I really don't think a lot of people, like Nate said, like you guys said, they have not yet sat back and said, well, hold on. They got a right to do this. What else do they have a right to take away? What do they feel like they have a right to take away? When that senator, what I think it's Brown versus education. When that motherfucking senator came out and said we need to revisit that law, I said, here is the bullshit. Now you motherfuckers, all you Caucasian women who was, oh, I want Trump. Oh, I want Trump. Now you bitches is sitting back looking stupid as fuck because now, oh, you wanted Trump so bad, but Trump said, fuck you and your pussy and your goddamn womb. My bad, y'all. Indeed, I'm out.
All right. We appreciate
Facts, bars. Cuz was spitting bars.
I just love her. Oh my God.
Bars. Cuz I was gonna ask you a question. You said, people making this right. But do you understand that it was also women who also approved of this right as well?
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep this in mind. It wasn't just all men who signed off on that bill. It was a few women on that Senate who signed off. And in my opinion, like I stated earlier, I think that should have been a woman's choice anyway. I think like one of the people in that, who's holding the females who are holding those seats should have made that choice.
Absolutely. Let's get to some of these comments. Sadia said, black women have the highest morality rate during childbirth. That's facts. Also, let me see. What else she say? Oh, there's other comments. Oh, there are no limits to how many Plan Bs a person can purchase at a time.
Mm-hmm.
That's true as well.
True.
And Sadia also said it was one female justice. The other two were a part of 6-3 vote. So, yeah, man.
Either way,
it's ridiculous.
Women on that board who signed off in them seats. I think it should have been all women.
It should have
been. See, that's a situation where if it pertains to you, then you vote. Like I shouldn't have been a part of the vote.
Right.
I think it should have just been all women. Like
Definitely.
It should have been something for women's rights. The women vote for it. Let all women agree to disagree, and not let man be involved.
I think I do understand that. I mean, they want to have a man's opinion.
I know.
Because, no. The reason why I'm saying this is because I can see not, and I'm not saying all men, but there are some fathers who would wholeheartedly take their child and raise it themselves without the mother, but the mother chooses to go ahead and get an abortion, which I feel like is her right. She should be able to.
She should
be able to do that. But if the guy wants to raise his child, doesn't want anything from you, it is kind of like I said before, so you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I understand, some men had opinions or had, feelings, but I still think at the end of the day, it should be a woman's decision.
Absolutely.
And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It should be women's choice.
Yeah.
Not us.
Yeah.
You can be a part of that. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, what can we offer? Advice. That's it. It's up to you. It's up to you. Like, honestly, I wouldn't put it like it's just saying, for instance, vasectomies. Guys, men at some age must get vasectomies. Like, I'm not putting that in a woman's hand and for them to decide. That should be for us men to decide that shit because that's us. That's about to happen to us.
Exactly.
Not y'all.
Yeah.
Women's rights, women's vote.
Totally agree. Sloan said they're more concerned with trying to make whites the superior race. These are modern day Nazis. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Shay said this law being overturned should increase the importance of unprotected sex and start that reinsurance again.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
However, if like we was talking about earlier, Shay, we was talking about how some men are allergic to latex, some women are allergic to latex, some women are not good with taking those pills or getting stuff shot in the arm. So then what? That was our thing. But Shay also said, I'm not promoting taking away women's rights, but I am promoting women getting pregnant by mistake. So I understand that. I do get that. Because hey, listen, I brought my kids in this world being reckless. So I get that. I totally understand.
No, that's facts.
So, yeah, I get that. Anybody else want to tap in? Come on in.
Share your thoughts.
views.
Let us know what you think, man. This is a real good topic, y'all. Like,
Yeah.
I really feel like this needs to be revisited. Like, we should do an appeal. Is there an appeal process?
Yeah.
Can women appeal this situation? Because if there's an appeal process, if there's some sort of petition, I'm signing. Ladies, y'all, come on.
Yeah.
This is some bullshit.
Juan said the last three judges put in those seats are conservative. this was done by design. I absolutely agree.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely agree. Let's see who about to tap in with us.
Mm-hmm.
We got Tia. That's what's up. What's going on,
Hey,
Tia? How you doing?
family.
Hey,
Hey, how you
Tia.
doing?
Hey, y'all. Y'all, I talked about this morning on a morning show, and I just think it's all a big plan. Like, I think it's a design thing. Somebody in the comments said that it's design. Like, I don't think this is just like I think this was just a long thought out plan. The white population is decreasing at an alarming rate. And y'all got to understand, when it comes to a point of us or them, they going to always choose them. So whatever rights they got to be taken away for them to still be on this earth, they going to do it. So I really just believe that. And y'all, like, just to the women that will suffer behind it, we shouldn't be suffering behind it. Like, unless somebody done snatched you up and you didn't get raped, it protect yourself anyways.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have never been on birth control anyways. So to all of the women that can't take the pill, or we weren't supposed to put that in our bodies, y'all. So somebody else just said they're not for taking away women's rights, but they're for getting pregnant by mistake, taking that away. That should have never been a thing.
Right.
And I hope I'm not being too hard on people, but this is just a way for people to be more responsible. Like, we too loose out here.
There's a lot of people
the
that
harsh
got
reality, and I'm pro-choice.
Yep.
I feel like a person should be able to do whatever they want to do with their body, but we be in control, and it ain't. This is just a time where we can really see that we have no control, not even over our own damn lives.
No.
Honestly, I agree with what you're saying, but I think we do have control. Is that we just are willingly giving up our control.
We never
And
had any
as
control. If you
people,
go back, you can go back to as far as you can ever think about, because they start teaching us our history during slavery. Now, if you learned anything about Black people before slavery, it's because you went and did the research yourself. Other than that, this is how it's been. We've never had any control over anything. Like, we take what they give us. And now this is a time where people can really see it. Like, damn, we really we don't have control over our own kids. You do something to your kid, they coming to get your kid. Like, you ain't got no control for real. You do anything, your ass is getting hauled to jail. If you just say you don't want to take care of the kid, guess what? You got to chase. We've never had any control. Not over our own lives, not over anything.
not lawfully,
If that
but
makes any sense.
it makes a lot of sense. But it's the people, I feel, it's like we gave away a lot of our control that we could have had. We surrendered. And then again, when you got these people voting for these things, like, people put these people in these positions. We vote. We have the choice. Now, as far as...
And see, I'm taking it back even further than that. Like, it's just all a big sick plan. Like,
yeah, you going back
I think that we're living in a stage, and they just doing us however. It's terrible, y'all.
One
But I
thing,
do want the women
Go
to
ahead.
protect themselves.
Yeah. One thing that we don't realize is everything that's happening been happening.
Yeah.
The only reason why we are so woke now is because social media.
Yeah.
If we didn't have social media, we wouldn't be this woke. We wouldn't know all the things we know. We wouldn't be able to see as much as we see.
Yeah.
When we were children, they were fighting these battles back then. They were fighting the battles, but back when my grandmother was a kid, back when so these battles have been ongoing all of our lives.
Yeah.
But we didn't see them. While we lived oblivious, right? I look at my kids today and I be like, y'all live life we live. They can't live the life I live.
They can't.
Nope.
The life I live is no longer, because everything is put in your face. Everything, blam, blam, blam. I don't know how many, and I said I was going to do the research on it. I don't know how many school shootings there were, and I'm sure if there were some.
It was at least 4 this year. I believe it was 4.
I'm saying for social media that we don't know about, or any kind of things that happen in schools that we don't know about, but we know about this type of stuff because of social media, and then it's a copycat effect going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
all this stuff has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
We just did not hear about it because it was not put in our face.
Social media to me is a good thing. It's a blessing and a curse.
Oh, for sure.
It's a blessing and a curse.
For sure.
And you can learn from social media if you use it in the right way. You can learn a lot. You can learn a lot. You can see a lot. You can you can be real educated.
But the wrong way, you through.
You
look at it the wrong way. You hate your life. You ungrateful. You ain't happy. It can hit you either way, and it's so sad.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
but it's been going on. It's just never stopped, and we just didn't see it. We were blinded, and now our eyes are open.
I agree.
You was preaching facts, man.
Hi.
I said you was preaching facts, man. We appreciate you coming on.
Hey,
it's about time. It's good to
see you.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me on, y'all. I'm gonna be watching.
Thanks for coming on.
Definitely. We'll get with you.
Definitely. Thank
you.
All right, love y'all.
Love you
too.
Okay, bye.
Yep.
How I get out?
Hit that X in the corner.
X in the corner. Yep.
All right. Yeah, man.
She was spitting bars. What I was trying to get to, where when I was saying like we in control or we have control, in the beginning, like it was up to the people, not us.
Right.
But the white folks had control and they had say so in the communities.
Yeah.
And they was holding these senators and judges and all these motherfuckers accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And then white folks started lagging and giving away their control with all this laws and bullshit that was being put in place. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
You know, in the beginning of the time back then, they was giving away their control. They was surrendering, making the government powerful.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. We need to take back that power. It's going to take some craziness, but I mean, it has to happen in order for us to get back to where we want to be.
The only way it's going to happen, again, and this is a conversation we've had on this podcast before and many conversations before, we have got to stick together. If we don't stick together, we are through. We through. That's it.
Gonna happen, B. Let me tell you, we were just talking about that, like men just being better. It's so funny that you said that when I got on here, because Richard's brother had called him before you and Richard was playing phone tag last night. So he was playing phone tag with both of y'all. So his brother called and he like, yeah, so he just talking about stuff, and then he like, I was thinking about a podcast or something, like, Richard, I want to do a podcast with, he like, have you ever seen Real? So we laughing at him because we like, everybody just seen the Real. He like, where all them women together, they on this podcast, on this show, and they're talking about stuff, and they got each other back. He like, I think men need to get on a podcast and have each other back and talk about opinions and talk about us becoming one, this and that. And then so Richard had mentioned to him, like, well, Nay is on Uncomfortable Conversations, and it was, Brandon and Lowe, whatever. And he was explaining to his brother. His brother like, oh, word, that's dope. And he was like, so is it two men, who got each other back, and they're helping each other out and voicing their opinions? And then Richard like, yeah, he like, but they use Nay as the woman's point of view on this. And so he was like, nah, that's super dope. Like, he was excited because this is necessary. It is necessary for everybody to support the gender. The same, men to support men. Like I said, stop being in competition, because like I said before, I got a business. I do the same thing a lot. I follow other people that do the same business I do. And guess what? I support. I shop on their stuff. I buy their stuff, everything like that. Wonder Bread is not the only bread company. I mean, you got Hark Oven. You got Sara Lee. I mean, they all making money because their bread is not all the same. They all got different toppings, so they all things. I specifically do not like fucking Sara Lee. I don't like Wonder Bread. You know what I'm saying?
You don't like the Wonder Bread?
You know, I mean, and that's my shit. I don't fucking like that shit. So you might not like Pretty Rich. You know what I'm saying? You might like the Better Butters, because we all support one another. We gotta support each other. We gotta sit together, because the world is about to get fucking insane. If you think it's crazy now, oh baby, hold on and wait and strap on.
Hold on.
We about to get to the comments real quick.
Hold on, Nate. The cuz just said something crazy. She said the Democrats need to step up. The Democrats is the reason why we in this bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
what we need to figure out is a way to get rid of this Democrat, Republican dictatorship.
Absolutely.
Why is
Yeah.
it only just these two parties making the orders and calling the shots and doing et cetera, et cetera?
Exactly.
We got to re-educate ourselves about this Democratic and Republican Party, man.
Yeah.
And Democrats ain't what y'all think it is, bro.
Smoke and mirrors.
Right.
It ain't all that Democratic shit. Fuck them.
Yeah. And it's like what you said earlier. Now you brought up a good point. We got to educate ourselves. And you got to think about it. Whatever we don't know does get used against us. You ever been pulled over and over some bullshit and the cop talking all this crap, want to search your car? If you don't know that they can't search your car without a warrant, you going to let the fool search your car.
Right.
So we gotta, whatever we don't know is going to get used against us no matter what. Everybody gets taken advantage of if they don't know no better. So you're right. We do have to educate ourselves. But as well as, just as much as we educating ourselves, we have to figure out a way for us all to stick together. Because if we don't, it's going to be white world. That's it.
It is.
Well, they becoming extinct. That's why they're making these moves.
Right.
But what we gotta do is stop helping them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're helping them.
Yeah.
When we're hurting each other, we downing each other, putting each other down, and going against each other, we're helping them.
Yeah.
And that's what we don't understand. And this is this is gonna be some spiritual shit. This is no religious nothing, because people get the shit mixed up.
Right.
But the reason why us black folks are going, what we're going through right now, the reason why we've been so oppressed is because of a generation curse from the biblical times. You know, our ancestry lost their shit and they started living worldly. So God cursed us to be in slavery. He cursed us because we forgot who we are. We do not know who we are at all.
Yeah.
Our native language, names, heritage, all that. We don't know who we are, right? So we keep going against each other. That's because we don't know who we are. We got snatched of all our shit.
Right.
And so we're going to continue to keep going through this shit until we find out the truth. Educate ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Finding out who we are and getting on them, on their laws. We need to get more educated on their laws.
Yeah.
This some shit that should be taught in high school, I feel.
This what should have been getting taught in high school.
Laws, finances, all of that should have been taught in high school.
I'm pretty sure it's being taught now.
But with school, there's an agenda.
Yeah.
Because these schools, they took away all the trades. You know, right after high school back in the day, you can go straight from high school to the professional world.
Yep.
Or business and make your own money. You can't do that now. What they do? They make colleges.
Mm-hmm.
Even though colleges were already established, but they figure out how to way to monetize it to put more people in debt. But they told me, yeah, go to school, you get an education, get a good job, blah, blah, blah. Now, luckily for me, that was the case, but not for everybody else. The masses is all about their control.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Real talk. You could have made it without a college education if you already knew what you was doing.
If I had educated myself,
Yeah.
and figured out what was going on. But I'm gonna tell you about me. I didn't have a direction. My thing was everybody was going to college. What the fuck am I doing? I'm not about to be a statistic. Fuck it. I'm gonna go see what college is about. That's how I got into college. Once I got down there, I stayed, finished. Fuck it. I'm down here. Why not? Right? But at the same time, there was also pressure. Because what was the parents telling us, and aunts and uncles, oh, you better go to school. You gotta go to college. After high school is college. After high school is college. At the end of the day, they were wrong.
Right.
I didn't need to go spend 5 years in another state. I'm glad I did, but I didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have did something. I could have took another route where it would have been less time, less money, and I wouldn't be so much in debt for school and all of that.
Yep. Yeah.
We got to educate ourselves, man. We got to do better. Start reading more.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually just picking up a book. 48 Laws of Power.
Remember what I said earlier to you about, like, I listened to the radio on the way to work. So this morning, I heard and it might not have been radio. It might have been. I think my son was on TikTok. That's what he was on. So this lady was saying, it fucking blew me. She said that high school diplomas are a joke, and I had to listen because I'm like, why did she say that? You know, and she was a counselor. I mean, she was a counselor and a high school counselor. She was like, it's a joke, and I don't mean this like in a bad, like I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really trying to be serious. She's like, back when I was growing up, you had to have education. You had to get the credit. You had to pass. You know, you had to do this and that. They have made the law so that, you know, no child left behind. So if a child, she like we have to, like when the principals and all that stuff and the superintendents come and they find out that children are failing, they saying pull these strings, put this in. So she's saying the same as like you got these kids as valedictorians and salutatorians and all that stuff, working fucking hard, really getting these grades in, doing what they need to do, and they get the same diploma that a child that did not do any work and was failing get, right?
Right.
And she was saying, and so they on the same level. That person could go fail. Don't even got the credits, didn't make them up, didn't do nothing. But we pull strings to make these kids graduate because there's no child left behind law, right? And I started looking and I started thinking about it while I was writing. I'm like, that's true though. That's really true. Your child can work hard, go to school, get an education, but then the next child can be failing and can be doing things like that. And then they will still pass them because they want to make sure these kids still go.
Right.
That's bad.
Yeah.
And they get money. They get money for every child. When you see all the like, because that's how schools promote themselves nowadays. Now they promote themselves like a graduation rate of 100%.
Yeah, because you're just passing people.
Exactly.
If you passing a motherfucker who got a goddamn 1.2 GPA, yeah, you gonna have a goddamn 100% or 97% graduation rate.
Yeah.
Anybody would.
You set them up for failure. You throwing them to the wolves.
Yeah, man. What you doing
just for some money. Like you didn't do them no favors. They could have got educated in the streets and made more than what your salary was.
And not to go off topic, but check this hot shit out. It's all about a money factor, right? But they cutting funds for education.
Come on, man.
What the fuck? Wait a minute. You care about the money because you want all this graduation rate shit. You want the money, X, Y, and Z. You want the attendance. Right. But then you cut education funding.
Right. What are we talking about?
Okay, what are we doing?
We're going to school.
What are we doing?
We're going to school so we can get the funds, right? But y'all gonna cut the funds and put it somewhere else. So we just went to school for nothing.
For nothing.
Exactly. Hey man, this was
a good one, man.
Yeah, it's a crazy one.
Kind of went off topic on the end.
But I love this though. This was good. This
was
all
good.
Ties in, yeah. Every ties in.
Anybody else want to jump in before we go off, man? You know, we had Rishi come on, Sloan come on, Tia came on. Anybody else want to come on before we go? Because if not, we about to close out. We came on late. We apologize for that. But Sloan said these kids going to school and not coming home. See?
Facts.
See?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not cool. But this is what y'all want to do. So,
well, I'm gonna let y'all before I'm gonna go and get my closing shit out right now. What we need to do is focus on these kids' security while they're in school as well.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get that together, people. Let's start voting and start coming up with a plan to keep our kids, safe while they're in school for that 8 hours. Because while we at work, we expecting them to come home when we come home. You dig?
Absolutely.
So we need to cut all these school shootings and all that shit that's being reported. Let's go ahead and start figuring out together a plan in place to get these kids safe, man. Because this is some bullshit. This is going on for too fucking long. I'm tired of turning on the fucking TV. There was a mass shooting in a goddamn school. DPS schools has never had a mass shooting, and this is the most dangerous city in fucking Detroit. So if we ain't never had no issues like that, then what the fuck y'all doing? And I'm out. Bars.
Real. Go ahead, Nate. What you got to say to close out?
I feel like all we can do at this point is pray. And like you said, Brandon, try to stick together. Try to be there for each other more. Educate ourselves so that we can know what's going on, so that we can stay ahead of the game. Because if we don't, we gonna stay behind, and shit gonna be fucked up for us because we're not there. We're not mentally there, and then we envy too much of each other to even look at what's going on the bigger picture, because the bigger picture is they trying to mind fuck us and we're allowing them to.
Yeah, you right about that. Let's see, Reese wanted to come in real quick and let us know something. Hold on. She wanted us to hear something.
I'm a little bit calmer now. And I wanted you guys to hear something because I heard it yesterday, and I really want you guys to hear this. Just listen to this lady. Just listen to her.
That white lady?
She was saying why voting.
It is necessary, but not sufficient. You feel me? Voting is necessary, but not sufficient. And so just telling people in general to like go vote in a vague way is not helpful.
Thank you.
Where we need to vote, what races are most important, what seats we need to protect, where we need to flip, that matters. But then also, you know, what we're doing on the ground, grassroots organizing, etc. What is available, and also what options are to us now in November, so that we're not just shrugging our shoulders for 5 months and waiting to see where the wind blows in an election, but that we're actually giving people reasons, motivations, etc.
Yes. Thank you, AOC. See, nobody takes.
So I listened to the morning show, the Breakfast Club, and I'm not an avid listener to them, but my man is. And when this young lady, I forgot what she's a part of, but she's a part of some big group, and she was saying, we're telling people to vote for what? For what? That's not enough. Telling people to vote is not enough. Because if you're not educated on what to vote for, who to vote for, the seats that needs to be protected, I didn't know this information, and I thought that I was a very smart voter. So I just wanted to leave everybody with this. Voting is important. It really is, because people who look like us, it's too many of them that died have that right?
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, the respect, we need to vote. But don't vote blindly.
Right.
Educate yourself in what you're voting for, who you're voting for, and what they will control once you vote. Amen. All of us, and mostly everybody. I know it was some out there, but I'm talking about the norm. Most of us voted for Obama because we just knew he looked like us. He talked like some of us. He was going to do the right things for us. And one of his things that he campaigned on was doing something with Roe versus Wade so that the Supreme Court could not overturn it, right? That was one of the things he campaigned on. He got in office, and when a reporter asked him about it, he said that was not a part of his big agenda at this very moment. A lot of motherfuckers voted for you because that's what you told us that you was going to do.
Right.
So you got to be mindful that at the end of the day, they're going to say whatever they want to say. But you can go and check people that you're voting for track record and see if they were actually on the ground being a part of what the fuck they saying that they're going to do when they get in office. We got to be smarter people, because at the end of the day, no one is going to look out for you and yours better than you. And Absolutely. We better start understanding that, because right now we are in a time of fragile egos, and we're in a time of where nothing at this moment is safe. We got to be smarter, and we got to understand. And as Lo said, we got to start educating ourselves by picking up the books, picking up some newspapers, turning on CNN, and see what the fuck is really going on. Now I'm done. I'm
All
gonna
right.
count. I'm out.
Good looking out.
Bars.
Good looking
Appreciate
out.
it, cuz.
Good looking out, Reese.
Thank you.
Yeah, so on closeout, and that was dope what she said. But on closeout, I just want to say this, man. And it's basically what I've been saying earlier. We gotta stick together. We gotta be on point and letting everybody know what's really going on as far as educating ourselves and don't just read up on a few things. Stay educated so you can stay ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to hate going to summer school. It was times where I wouldn't even mess it up in school to have to go. But guess what? One thing that my mom did, she threw me back up in that boy just so I could stay sharp for the next season. So we need to stay on top of our game, ladies and gentlemen, because if we don't, we are done. All right. Thank you for joining us. Sorry for being late. You're gonna see us on Tuesday, regardless of it being 8 o'clock or 8:15 or 8:30.
On time next week.
Indeed.
Low that.
Peace.